Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fireside, where we have got an amazing game on our hands tonight. My name's Tcmano. I'm joined by number one rocker. We've got siyo, aka Josh, on production. It is going to be the Chuds versus the Wall on Metalworks. And, these two teams are going to be battling it out for the first time in this season. And it should be actually, no, I think it's the second time in this season. Time is a mysterious thing as we are recording this long after the fact. So any attempt at trying to pretend like tonight is the night that it happened has just gone right out the window. But regardless, it should be a very, very good match. These two teams have a kind of a mix up of kind of newer players and older players. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it all turns out. Number one, how you doing tonight, and how are you feeling about this match?
I'm feeling pretty okay about this match. I like Metalworks. I know most of the names here, so it should be good to see. I guess we're breaking kayfabe every time now. But I was just
Well, you
thinking
didn't have
about
to
these.
suggest that this was like the other time that we did a match after.
Well, I
Oh
don't
well.
know, man. I just like to keep up the WWE mystique.
Oh,
But
I see. I see.
but no, actually, I was thinking about these team names, the Wall and the Chuds, right? And I guess you could say the song by Pink Floyd, "The Wall," is about Chuds. So kind of fitting matchup we got going on here,
Oh, it is. It
right?
is. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think you're right.
close enough.
Regardless, yeah, I think you are close enough. But what is going to have to be closer than that is the winner of this, because they're going to have to be
Mm.
able to come in here and take control from the two teams that trying to do that. The Wall is going to be a lot of players that you probably already know: Sandblast, Dingo, Sai, Sin Karma. All of them have a lot of history in the top level of invite. Sorry. And Hubert as well has been on a couple of invite low advanced teams, so definitely a name that people should recognize. Soar, however, this is his first season in invite, already on a top level invite team, going to be playing flank scout for the Wall. So if you've never heard of him before, don't beat your head over it. He is new to this invite scene and the top level of invite, and he's already been doing really, really well so far. Making the jump up. I want to say from main immediately into invite and advanced. Sorry, and they just been able to hang with them DM wise, playmaking wise. And it's just been a really, really cool player to be able to see come up through the ranks. So definitely a person to shout out over on the Wall. But if you want to run down the roster on the Chuds,
Gladly. We've got Big Bank and Raven on your scouts here. We got Damn. I think is that the same Damn that used to play in our little pugs there, and
yeah.
Math on Soldier. Okay, that is him. I love Damn. He's a great scout. But yeah, Damn and Math on Soldier, and then Slug Mundo on the demo, and then rounding it out is Luddy on Medic.
Yes, and this team has I think a lot of potential because the Chuds have been kind of competing against what people would consider the high level of invite teams like the Wall, teams like Freyotech, teams like a G6 when they were still playing in this season before their untimely demise, and they were hanging in. They were having pretty good scrim results against all those three top teams with players who have been playing a lot longer than them. And I think they are kind of a dark horse in this season in these matchups against, kind of more favorable teams. And they've been doing really well as well in the Horse Run Monthly series, which isn't a part of RGL, but it's been going on the same time as this season. And some teams from RGL have played in it, like the Wall, and the Chuds have been having kind of good showings against them. They've been able to take maps off of Froyotech, which is a no easy feat at all. And so I think this is definitely going to be a really, really good match and an opportunity for the Chuds to see if they're going to be able to not only take rounds, but take maps off of these types of teams in an actual game environment, or if, teams like the Wall and Frotech are still a little bit too far out of their reach.
Well, it remains to be seen, but I mean, I'm here with an open mind, and I'm willing to be impressed. So let's get to it, shall we?
And we are live, the Chuds versus the Wall over on Metalworks. And number one, why don't you take us through this very first mid fight?
Yeah, sure. And yeah, just to make sure, damn, from Refugee Pugs, right? Used to play with this a bunch on Scout. Had the
Yeah.
yeah, okay. I love following his Scout, man. He had the cheetah print with the ass hanging out. It was really easy to follow along here. But he is on Soldier. He has played that a bit. I know he can do some damage with it. I'm gonna watch him. He's just spamming there. on top of the rollout here. Math actually having much better success on top of the red crates, and here comes the bomb from the red soldier. Actually up on Batman is Psy, but very easily focused. Actually going to take some fall damage here. Raven in the meanwhile going to take out Dingo on the soldier. Sin Karma going down from Slug Mundo, some demo and demo violence. A Big Bang putting the gun into the back of Sora and Raven onto Psy, and just like that they're collapsing the wall. Desperately trying to get out. Huber the Fish with Sandblast going to escape all the way to last, and the Chuds taking their first mid off the hands of the wall.
Yeah, really, really great opening mid from the Chuds, and they're immediately going to be able to get second off of it. Good thing, though, for the wall is that Hubert was able to stay alive there, so they are going to have Uber for last. A Sandblast immediately up on the sniper. Over on that right side, going to be cleaned up by Dam, so that's going to be an early player pick for the Chuds, and immediately they're going to try and maybe turn that into some type of play for the point. Big Bang taking a lot of cap time, and that's going to force out the Uber from the wall, just recognizing that they needed to get onto that point as soon as possible. And now they've been able to manufacture Uber advantage, and they might have player advantage as well if they go right now.
Oh yeah, they don't even need to wait for Big Bank. I mean, that just played out completely to their favor. Just got the picks, and now really making them hurt for it with that Uber advantage. But actually, Raven going to get dropped on top of the point. But I mean, nobody really at fault there. Dam going to take out Sin Karma. In the meanwhile, Slug Mundo into Sword. Very nicely done. And Math going to round it out into Sandblast. 3 dead and just 1 dead, but very poor health for the Chuds here as things draw out on this last push. And now they got to consider getting out here if they can't finish off the kills. The Big Big going to try to finish off this cap here as it's just Hubert last left alive. And Slug Mundo with the ham. It's going to finish the kill. And first point for the Chuds on the board, baby.
Now that is a really, really great way to start things off if you are the Chuds. And just coming in, winning mid, going all the way to second, winning that last push, which was looking pretty scrappy there. And at the end, it's really just a battle of the DM. And the fact they were able to win that means that they're feeling confident. They're able to hit their shots and might be able to take it against the wall, which is currently kind of that second-seeded team. We're going to have to see if maybe the Chuds can get an upset as we continue onto the second mid.
Absolutely. I mean, a good promising start so far, just under 3 minutes on that first round and already up by 1. Dingo over top of the crates here, putting the hurt onto Raven, and Sword there to apply the squeeze, but Matt there with the counter aggression. Going to see Dingo with 23 HP. Big Bank on a Sandblast in the meanwhile. Sin Karma going to collect onto Matt, but traded out by Slug Mundo. Raven taking some fat rockets on top of the point here, managing to stick away with 42 HP as Slug Mundo bails out his teammate with the stickies onto Psy. 3 dead. The rest of the wall going to once again back out to last, and the Chuds looking very good. Now looking very Chud-like at all here with their second one mid.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of the thing. Either they look like the Chuds or the enemy team looks like the Chuds. But at the moment, the wall on the back foot yet again. Same thing as the last round. Hubert is going to have 100%, so it is going to be even Ubers. But we already saw that the Chuds have that ability to try and manufacture an Uber advantage even in these stalemates. So we're going to have to see if they're going to have a similar type of success. This time there's no Sandblast up on Sniper. It's just going to be Soar over on the Engineer. Dam going to be bombing in, trying to make a little bit of space. Is going to be taken down. Same thing for Big Bang. So that's going to be the 2-man sack for the Chuds. An opportunity now for the wall to try and counter.
Yeah, certainly not the blessing that they got last time around. But yeah, early on with the aggression, Sandblast and Sin Karma has to fight on the right side, and Matt trade each other out with rockets. Very nicely done. The pop out from Hubert, the counter pop from Luddy, and now it's just Sandblast and Hubert dancing around, potentially getting stickied out here. And yeah, actually Slug Mundo taken out as soon as that Uber phase. Very nicely done from Sandblast to keep his team inside, even despite, you know, the kind of poor positioning. They re-aggress and get that second back to the wall. Now on the front foot here, Slug Mundo down, so no traps to worry about.
Yeah, no traps at all, and that's going to be the wall able to just walk forward. It is, like you said, roundabout even Ubers, but they do have player advantage, and they're taking a lot of space over on mid. Side jumping forward, trying to make it a little bit of ground for his team. Dingo going to be bobbing in, does a bit of damage to the combo as Luddy might be disconnected. Sandblast on the medic. Luddy barely going to be able to stay alive, but Sai with some nice rockets immediately melts him. And that is going to be a dead medic for the Chuds. Now, can Hubert be able to stay alive here? Raven trying to go forward. A big bomb coming in from Mav. Some good early damage, but not going to be able to commit off of it. Sin Karma finding those 2 kills. Nice. That's going to be enough for the wall to stabilize on middle. They got Uber advantage and player advantage to go forward here.
Yeah, really nice enough from Sin Karma with that 2-piece. But yeah, just holding on for dear life. And Luddy, he had Sai behind him. He was just there the whole time, standing on top of the forward spawn and just raining down rockets as he tried to lead through that lower lobby. And rocket at his feet is going to be all she wrote for him. So no Uber for him, only up at 40. Uber with 100%, quite obviously. Getting that second capped out, a little bit slow, so some time for a gun to be built, but actually, no, there it is, okay. And they also have Raven on Pyro, so double off class, going to be tough to break through, I think, if all things go right, and they predict the correct side they're going to go, and it looks like it is with Raven on that right side, and here they go, popping through.
Popping through, and now Dingo going to be bombing in. It's taken a bit to take down the Sentry Gun, but they also find Raven, so that's going to be two very good picks. Damn, however, is going to find one onto Sandblast side. Super weak on the point. Is going to get a lot of cap time regardless. Oh my god, that Heavy just stands on top of him, but it's going to be better for the wall anyways. But Slug going to get the Uber just in time. Nice pop from Letty there. He's going to have to do a lot of work here if he wants to delay for the respawner. Raven is now going to be able to get to the point and try and help Slugmundo fight off the rest of these wall players, and they find one, they find two. And that's going to be enough to just barely hold on to the point.
Yeah, Raven basically with the power play coming out of spawn and just wiping up those 2 kills. Very nicely done to keep his team in it with the help of the demo, of course. Slugmundo not unnoticed, but took a fat rocket there. Could have been Calamity there if the damage had been just slightly better at the very end of that fight. But the Chuds out on their second, they capture it up. Slight advantage for Hubert if they want to really press the issue.
Yeah, they might be able to, as Dingo already over by Valley. It could instead be just an Uber pop through house, and it actually seems what they want to try and do. Maybe just bomb Sin Karma in the stickiest place. Sin Karma bombing in. Doesn't seem like anyone is going to be caught out from this. Everyone on the Chuds playing far enough back that they weren't at any harm's way. Now they're going to be coming back with their own Uber, but the same thing. The wall also recognizing the situation. No one going down in those 2 Ubers, so it is kind of be a reset. It's still going to be Uber advantage for the wall.
Very slight, if they can even really keep it going here as the sack comes out. Yeah, no, just trying the best that they can. Sai tried his best. Dingo fighting it out in the back with somebody in house, actually. And here comes Sai over the top, taken by Math on the bridge before he can escape out, and that's going to leave a little bit of room for Sora to try to work his magic, but nothing happening now as Sandblast and Combo taking some fights here through house as they try to retreat out. Bit of a fake there from Luddy, very cheeky. Still at Uber disadvantage. He could get popped here in the valley on the low ground. Very tricky here. Uber just now getting up on his Uber. Luddy at 80, still trying to pressure out. The Chuds really trying to show some aggression here, trying to show who's on top, who is the real Chud. And yeah, they actually managed to back out here with a fish who actually gets forced out in the backlines there. Raven taking out Sandblast. Sora onto Dam in the meantime, and yeah, they actually had to back out here, but they could get caught in the house. Luddy pumps out that Uber, and Raven trying his best to get the damage out. One onto Sai, trying to find Sora with the help of the demo. He's very nicely done, so 3 dead for the wall. The wall crumbling a bit, as it were.
Yeah, the wall crumbling a little bit. Hopefully they can maybe get some plaster and just kind of get those cracks back together, as they are going to have to try and figure out some way to stem the tide coming in. But Chuds breaking it down. Their defenses for the moment going to be able to get onto second, capture that up. Even Uber, slight ad in the favor of the wall, but I would be very, very surprised if they did anything with that, especially considering they got a sentry gun up already. So just bunkering down into their defensive positions, and it's going to be on the Chuds this time to try and figure out another way to break this stalemate.
Yeah, it's just a little bit over 9 minutes gone in this round, in this match rather. Still 1-0. So anybody's game, really, but the Chuds, of course, threatening as both medics come up the Uber. So really it is on the Chuds to send a sack through and feed right into that sentry and see what they get. They had a blessing, like I said, the first round, but not so much like the second time around. They could find Sin Karma here, you know, playing loose and dangerous as ever. Sor managing to get one, and Sai going to get the second onto Damson down to Scout, and Soldier still continuing the pressure in the lobby and going to back up this Chud side all the way back onto the second point. Sin Karma actually pressing the issue with this team, setting out some nice damage. The Sandblast looking to break through here. Big bank up on the sniper, so if they manage to hold out, that could come into play here as Sai tries to jump through. Very nicely done. Sandblast actually going to retreat back with his medic. Nope. Finds a Soldier, nice. Luddy pops out that Uber a bit too late, drops his Soldier in the back lines. Some havoc going down. Dingo is going to go down to Raven. But Hubert the Fish still sitting on Super Dam onto Sai in the meanwhile, threatening the back cap, but meets Sor at the shutter.
Oh, he wins that against Sor somehow, some way. Yeah, now
Oh,
he's
the
going to be
drop.
able to, oh my, he gets onto Hubert. How did they not clean him up? He was so weak, but those just spam rockets take down the medic, and that has got to be a huge momentum shift, a huge mental deterioration from the wall there, because they were looking really good on
He
that
had
push out.
5
Now
HP.
Big Bang, yeah, got 2 body shots actually to just clean up the rest of the wall players. Now they're going to be over by Shutter. Big Bang going to be able to surf the safety, and I like this from the Chuds just backing up. They don't need to go in just quite yet. They are going to have Uber advantage, and no reason to just kind of rush it in and then just fumble the push. So they're going to have play advantage. They're going to have Uber advantage. Everything that they could possibly want to try and convert a second round.
I don't care what week this actually happened. That's play of the week right there from Dam. That was just incredible to watch. But Blue going to be coming in off the back of that. Big Big on a Hubert the Fish, so no medic at all in this equation. Not that it would have mattered much as this Hubert pops off. Actually, as it fades out. 3 kills.
Sai.
Oh, Sai actually answering back. So it's not a foregone conclusion. Slick window popped up. Some cap time going out, but now it's just going to be Luddy left alive, and I don't know how the hell they fumbled that. You would have thought with that ringing headshot on the medic early on would have just sealed the deal, but no. Now it's Luddy getting chased out by Sword with the pistol, and no Matt right in his face, just surviving with but a sliver. Matt just with a rocket right in the face of Sword, just heartbreaking stuff there. I thought he had it in his grasp, but no, it was not meant to be. Raven up on Spy, however, as Hubert sitting with about 10% disadvantage. Very interesting.
I like this play from Raven. They're probably not going to expect it. Neither team has Uber, so they could, say, all right, they're not second because they don't have Uber yet. That makes sense. So this kind of lull in action while Raven is getting into position is not going to cause too many alarm bells to ring for the wall. Sai is over on that battalion, so he's going to be using this stim to just kind of build up that charge. So if they do get forced, or they can maybe try and get the force out from the Chuds by using that battalion, they're going to have something extra in their back pocket as well. Raven going to be over by the spawn, trying to get the backstab out onto Hubert. He is going for it. He's walking forward.
The last second turn, you hate to see it as a Spy, but that's exactly what happened. So 2 quick picks, one on the Dam and on the Spy. And avoided Calamity there for the moment, the wall.
Really, really, really close. I like that, when you have the Spy, sometimes you just kind of wait for him to do something,
right.
But other times you got to kind of, make it a little bit easier for him by sending in another body, and that's exactly what Dam did. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get anything, so the wall going to be able to stay on their last for just a bit longer. Minute 30 in the round timer, and they might be thinking about a round reset. Still a little bit of time to play with here if you are the Chuds, so they can try and go for a few plays like that, maybe 1-2 more before they're starting to look at either a round reset or just taking in a straight Uber exchange.
Yeah, I think they got to get going right now. The way it shakes out, they might have time for just maybe 1.5 plays if you include the desperate last push and the Uber exchange in that. But yeah, getting walled off here, and Sin Karma actually has a great angle on this combo here. Matt getting spammed out here almost to his detriment, and Dam getting caught out, and Raven as well. But managing to trade out with the Sentry, very nicely done from Dam. But that will be down a Scout Soldier for the Chuds here. And 45 seconds to go, plenty of time for the wall to work with and maybe get out in exchange here. They're starting to look like they want to maybe go forward. No, actually, they're setting back up that Sentry. They're not pushing forward at all. Very interesting play. I would have thought maybe they would have trusted their ability more, but no, they're looking to turtle it up and park that bus early on. I don't know.
Hey, I mean, listen, you park the bus, just make sure you don't park it in, a red spot and you get fined. Because if they park the bus here and the Chuds come in as the police, give them a ticket, that could be a round win for them. If their Uber is going to come out, this is going to be their attempt to try and get the counterforce out from the wall. They are going to be able to successfully do that, but it's looking a little bit better for the wall. They haven't really gotten any space for Chuds onto the last, so I think this should be just a round reset. Math and Sai going to trade out over in the right side, but other than that, pretty uneventful as we go into a third mid.
Yeah, just completely use that banner for defensive purposes. No offensive capability being sought right there from the wall, which, I mean, I guess is kind of fitting for their name. But anyway, yeah, third mid coming out here. I'm going to be watching the Slug Mundo cam. Why not?
Yeah, I'm going to be watching Slug Mundo as So far, the Chuds have been having pretty good success on these mids. Maybe the wall going to be able to adapt on this third one. It's going to be Psy going in for a big fadeaway bomb. Just going to be able to draw a few eyes. No one committing just quite yet. Sin Karma taking a lot of damage, and Big Bang going to be able to clean up on it. So that's going to be a demo down. Hubert, super low, just one rocket, going to be able to kill him. Mav, nice committal from him, going in super deep to find that one. Psy trying to do something similar, isn't going to have any success, going to be taken down, and that is going to be the Chuds winning another mid.
Yeah, very well done, and trying to suss out the drop-down play, but there's nothing there. Hubert dead, so yeah, full Hubert advantage for Luddy. Very nice done. I think they are expecting some sort of landing play. I don't know, putting out some stickies or something, carpeting something, but I guess they're just being paranoid. Sandblast up on the Degreaser Pyro. Full Hubert advantage, like I said, for Luddy. Looks like they're going to be trying to peek it through main right. No, they haven't even gotten in the lobby yet. Very interesting, kind of slow. I don't like it, but it is what it is. They do know that the Pyro is out, I do believe. Well, there we go. And I'm kind of shocked by the slow play here, and now finally coming through main right. Like I said, eventually trying to take out that gun, but it's not really happening. Uber is out, Leonard's up at the point, and Soldier's trying their best to do something. Slugmundo putting out a lot of damage. Both Soldiers dead, so he'll have to do it all himself. And yeah, that's exactly what happens. Slugmundo just carries that Uber on his back despite the very slow start, and his scouts come in and finish it off, just squat on the point. 2-0 for the Chuds.
Yeah, 2-0 in the favor of the Chuds, kind of picking up a bit of momentum. And if you are the wall, a few questions have to be kind of circling, because they, this is, I think, historically kind of been a good map for these kind of wall forward gaming-esque teams, and not having a similar level of success that we probably would have assumed from them, especially on these mids. That's kind of where it's all been going wrong for them. You're not winning the mids. It can be so difficult to try and do anything, but now finally things starting to go their way. They find one in the Big Bang, but no, Hubert goes down. Nice bomb from Dam once again, and Luddy is just going to immediately back off, just trying to keep alive from all of these wall players trying to surge forward onto him, just going all the way, backing all the way up. Sandblast trying to get in so deep, over by map room. Nice bomb from Saya, does a lot of damage on the Raven, but Raven not dying, just going forward, is going to be able to find one. Damn, finds another onto Sin Karma, and they've been able to withstand the aggression from the wall, keeping Luddy alive. So even though the wall might capture up this mid, they're going to be able to repush.
Absolutely, and there we go. And using the Uber? No, okay, he just called it the heavy Uber. I was about to say, that's a very questionable Uber, if ever I've seen one. But if Sandblast could get caught out here in Valley, if he's not careful, Matt hot on his heels, and Damon is going to follow suit, but no, does indeed live with 47 HP and throws up the taunt instead.
Oh my goodness, that taunt's very popular. I've seen it a lot. People really enjoy it, but what's also popular are these Ubers coming out from the Chuds. Actually not too popular, because they don't find anyone to share it with on the enemy team, and no one going down there. Dingo is going to be the only one to fall, but he was in behind, so doesn't really count. Is going to trade out with Slugmundo. Sai finding that one, so Wall going to be able to get back onto their second, but now they're going to have Uber advantage, going to be able to make their way through lower onto mid. It's going to be up to the Chuds to try and force this out from Hubert.
And Raven did his very best in Valley, so now down 2, but Slugmundo coming up that spawn pretty soon. But Raven with the 15-second respawn, and now Big Bang with 22. A bit of a feeding action going on here. I don't like it, and Damn also going to follow up, so 3 dead and 2 very long spawn timers for the Chud side. Looking a little bit more Chud-like here, as the captain is going down with Sai on the mid. The rest of his team is going to follow up here. Hubert the Fish still sitting on his Zipper. Luddy actually catching up at 75%, so they could disappear in about 10 seconds time.
It could disappear, but if you are the wall, you want to go quick, and that's exactly what they're doing, to take a little bit of time over towards Valley. But Sai leading with charge, nice rocket onto Letty, nice surf from Letty to stay alive there. Is going to be able to escape through map room, to hold on to that one, going down to around about half health. And for the wall, they're just taking a little bit too much time. They're taking a bit of damage. They do get the trade out onto Dan, but Big Bang finds one onto Dingo. And now they're going to have to call off the push. They're just down too many. They were too far disconnected. And because of it, that's been able to, allow the Chuds to get their own Uber.
Indeed, that's all you could really ask for, and yeah, I'm just surprised Letty held on that Uber map. I probably would have panicked because it looked like they were just gonna turn all their aggression on him as soon as they knew where he was. But Map also escaping some aggression. No, actually Sandblast at the very last second ekes it out with the scatter across the map just for a man advantage, and just decides to go for the exchange instead on the demo. Big Bank caught up in the fricassee there and gets caught out there. Very unfortunate. So down 2, and Slugmona could follow suit there with 5 HP. 20-second respawn for him.
Oh my damn.
Damn.
What?
Still producing. Damn. Onto 2 there, but gets taken out. Now it's just Matt and Luddy left alive, but Sor on his heels there. 65 HP. All to do is get a few more shots, and there we go. Finished off. No medic for this blue side. As yeah, the wall finishes off the cap for a second, and already in on last. Not much they can do. Big Bank on the heavy to try to do his very best, getting some nice tracking, but too slow to walk on top of the point. And Sora will finish off that cap 2-1. The wall answering back finally after 20 minutes.
Yeah, and this is kind of more like the wall. We would expect nice stuff from them to be able to come back, figure out what was going wrong, and you know, even though they did immediately lose the mid as they capped it. Well, actually, I don't think they capped it in the first place. They were at least able to get a little bit of space there and convert that into a round win. So maybe they'll have a little bit more success on this fifth mid because of that round reset. As just going to be watching to see if this time Sin Karma is going to be able to do a lot of damage, playing pretty far back. Now going to be getting a little bit more aggressive. Slugmundo taking a bit as well on the other side of things. It's going to be able to walk forward just a little bit. It's going to have to actually back up. The scout's getting very aggressive, but Sandblast's going to pay for that aggression with his life. Taken down. Going to be traded out with Big Bang, so 1 scout on each team is going to be down. Letty playing very far back. Damn, going to be able to bomb onto Dingo. And with that player advantage in their favor, that should be enough for the Chuds to take this.
You know, somewhat in Sandblast's defense, he did go a little bit aggressive right there, but he got blasted in by the splash there and just caught out, and it just deteriorated quickly, so very unfortunate. But he is out of the spawn timer now. Both medics with Uber, so it's not all boohoos and QQs for the wall here, but they are on the back foot on their second mid. Still, it's yet to be fully capped here, so allowing themselves to actually collect themselves and wait for the sack coming in from Dam. It's shut down. Sora will go down, so it is down a scout for a soldier. I don't know if I'd really want to make that trade if I was the Chuds, but it's not going to stop them coming in anyway. They see Sin Karma, he's alone, but I don't think they really know that, but they're not going to really try to press forward here. Here comes Side, just fading away, and here we go. Dingo, he's going to win. No, actually, he'll just semi-fade.
Big Bang has an opportunity onto Hubert. He gets it! That was insane from Big Bang, just coming in through lower completely undetected. Gets the 2-shot, 3-shot on to the medic. And now that's going to be giving the Chuds a very big Uber advantage.
I completely missed it. I was clicking around as you were saying Big Bang, but I couldn't get to him in time.
No worries. You know, same thing for the wall. They had no idea Big Bang able to generate that type of advantage for his team. Very crucial there. Now it's gonna allow them to take their time at working in here. They want to try and keep this Uber for the last point. They don't want to use here if they can help it, but it's gonna be on the wall to try and force it out. And actually instead, but just gonna immediately use Dingo. Kind of bombing around is gonna be enough to force that one out, and no one dying on the wall in that Uber.
Yeah, really unfortunate. But it's really unfortunate. They can't get anything off that drop. It was such a big play, but they ended up using it for a far away, you know, demo bomb Uber pretty much. And don't really know if I agree with that. I mean, they had the soldier jump over the top, but I don't really know if that really factors much into it. But either way, Hubert the Fish with 80% Uber, and they're really slow in these captures as well. It could allow them to eke out with this Uber advantage here. They can keep up this Uber building rate, but just the timing just isn't there. It just feels like just minor lapses in timing on both sides here, and we're just getting a really uneven sort of ebb and flow to this fight here. Hubert the Fish up on his Uber, however.
Hubert the Fish is up only for 60% for the Chuds, so if they delay long enough, they should be able to get here, and I think they might be able to. It looks like the wall are going to think twice about trying to push out, maybe just opting to instead go for a round reset, or just hope that the Chuds make a grave enough error pushing their own last that pushing out onto second is going to be made a lot easier.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like in that instance right there, Sandblast looked like he wanted to go, but I should have been building Uber a little bit more efficiently, because that would have been a prime time to go. But yeah, nothing new in there, 20 Uber short. And now we're in an Uber situation once again here, and about 5.5 minutes to go before Banny time strikes and rears this ugly head. But the the Chuds blue looking like they want to really pressure through here in this main right, but they're just taking all sorts of spam. Damn, does go in after taking a pill here and pushed away by the sentry gun and just chipped down by the shotgun of Sort in the end. And also Math going to go down as well to Psy. So down both soldiers, and Psy in deep here, but some stickies roll off the wall, and that his feet are cleared away unintentionally. But Sin Karma trying with the stickies, trying to clear the way for his team. As Letty takes some fat damage down to 56 HP. Could get forced out here if he's not careful, even dropped. If a errant rocket comes in, and there we go, Psy just breaches through that doorway and gets the force out. And will lose his life for it, but a valiant play to get that force out. Now Hubert with a full Uber of his own.
Yeah, now this should be the call for the wall to push out here. You know, maybe 40% ad, all right, you don't push out, but now with 100%, you gotta try and take this opportunity, and they are. Sin Karma does get stuffed a little bit by the point. I don't think anyone on the Chuds is gonna fall here. They're all able to stay alive and get out, so, you know, the silver lining for the wall is that no one on their team died, so they can try and get into the defensive positions because they already know that the Chuds immediately gonna try and come right back in.
And yeah, but I think that's the second failed Uber and the second time that the Chuds have been able to get away and manage to kite that Uber very successfully. That's going to be a continuing trend. The wall's got to come up with something different here. Raven on a Dingo in the meantime. 10-second respawn for him is going to invite the Chuds to continue their pressure through alley. And yeah, the wall just going to back up a second completely and just build out this Uber. Uber the fish at 30% disadvantage. They do have good time on the cap over, so they can just roll through here. No stickies, but they're taking it so slow. And it's going to give Hubert just enough time to even out this Uber here. They're already committed, though, so by the time the Ubers pop off, it will be even. Oh, damn, actually going in. They actually were aware of it, so damn, getting the force out, but they could get cut off here and have to force just to get out of the situation here. But no, this is actually inviting some really good counter aggression here if they want to go into it. Down a Scout Soldier for both teams here. It's just a matter of position and their confidence, and there we go. Uber popping in, Slugwindow going to take that bomb in.
Oh, Raven!
Raven
gets
actually
dropped.
Gets dropped, so there we go. Just going to be Math on top of the point here, but still seen by the sentry on top of the point. Psy onto Luddy, so Uber the Fizz is going to have massive Uber advantage here. Slugwindow trying to peek through here, tries to bomb in, tries to get the double pill, but no!
Ooh.
Saved by Psy as he turns around at the last second. One pill, but not enough to get two. Very close call there for Hubert.
Very, very close call indeed. Oh, damn, is hiding over in the corner, is going to try and make a play onto Hubert, gets the rocket. I'm not going to count that as an air shot, but it was still a really nice. Yeah, it was a wall shot. It was a really nice a pair of rockets there to clean up the medic, and now that is once again going to put Uber advantage in the favor of the Chuds. They're going to have to try and retake second with it, but immediately, I don't think there's going to be much opposition that they're going to have to fight through because everyone on the wall is back on their last.
And yeah, they could be building up the Uber, and there we go. A bit slow to it, but Raven finally calling it out. So it's going to be about a 45-ish Uber advantage, which is certainly workable, as I'm sure we said plenty of times on these casts here for Metalworks last especially. But they've been really lagged in taking out the sentry gun. I don't know if it's the placement or what, but it does not seem to be going down as quick as one might like, especially for the medic. You know, they managed to get that Uber out so they can use this Uber more efficiently on actual human targets, right? So we'll see if they can do it here. Coming in the left here, they're going to meet that gun head on, but Slugwindow a bit delayed here himself as the Uber fades off. Raven going to try to get some cap time, but it takes too much damage to set. Damn, going to land on top of it. And there we go, lengthening out that cap time, and it's going to be Raven to finish it off. Very nicely done. They didn't focus too much on the frags. They got the cap time, and they realized, you know, the rest of the wall scattered out of the way, so very nicely done to capitalize from the Chuds, 3-1.
3-2-1, and as you kind of mentioned earlier, we were very close to continuous overtime, so probably going to be a 4-something game. And if you are the Chuds, that means probably only one more round for you to win. And if you are the wall, you've got to get into it. You got to lock in, as the kids say these days, and figure out what's been going wrong and try to adapt to what these new youngsters have been thrown their way. Immediately, Slugwindow taking a lot of damage. Is going to have to wait for an arrow. Does get it, but this time no one getting aggressive. Psy does do so, but takes a lot of damage. Dingo going to be fade bombing around. Oh my, Sin Karma being deleted by Damn. A nice big bomb from him. Takes down Sandblast as well, and the wall are on the retreat. They're all falling. Unfortunate for Hubert, gets cleaned up by the pistol of Big Bank. He's on his campaign, and that was a kill for it, and Raven is going to be able to take down Dingo, a full and complete wipe.
Well, you wonder with the way that these teams are kind of slow on the draw here, that you think they might have to intentionally delay the game here, but I think they're just going to do their best to keep them pinned on last and get that cap going. Okay, they're much better on the relay this time. But Sandblast is up on Sniper, so if they linger around in these doorways too long, it could make him pay for it here. Here, but the fish only at 12% Uber, so this is looking more and more dire for the wall here as time goes on. 25 seconds. I think they're just going to wait for this counter to tick out here. But that does mean that Hubert the Fish is going to have time to get that Hubert. No, they're going to press the issue. 14 seconds left to go. Can they time this perfectly? Sandblast going down, Sentry going down as well. Very nicely done. 9 seconds, almost halfway, a quarter capped on the point here. Sora going to be dying here surely underneath the bridge, but not before he gets one onto Big Bang. And yeah, they're just waiting for it to go to Bandy time, and there we go. Biding their time. Sin Karma, the last alive, 101 HP. One rocket and one scatter is going to see Raven finishing off that kill. And there we go, 4-1, your final score. Woo.
Wow, they played it perfectly in terms of time. As soon as it went to continuous overtime, they
I was
immediately
skeptical.
capped it up. Yeah. No, I was skeptical too. I was like, all right, they got to hold it for like 30 seconds. That's doable. But they were able to make it work. And they are going to be your victors for Chuds. And what is definitively, I'd say, a very exciting upset.
Oh yeah, clearly the Chuds don't need no education, that's for sure.
No, they don't. They don't. Not from, not from the wall, at the very least. As a it has been a 4-1 winning actually every single mid the Chud.
Oh,
So we constantly say TF2, at least sixes TF2, 100% a game of mids, and this game showing it off perfectly why that is the case as a being able to just kind of control the flow, control the pace of the game, set yourself up so well. And also because on the mids, they were able to get Hubert every single time. And if you look at the med deaths, Letty only dying 3 times,
yeah.
Hubert dying 9 times. And regardless of how good of the players you have on your team, it is just so difficult to try and do anything if your medic is dying 3 times as much as the enemy.
Absolutely, yeah, and I mean, 19 assists, so clearly he's healing the right people. But yeah, and if it wasn't the mids, the double pressure from the Chuds was just working out so well. You had Dam and you had Big Bank doing a lot of work, and Dam got the 5 HP drop the first time on Hubert, and then Big Bank with that big flank play. Big Bank with the big flank on Hubert the second time. And yeah, it shows up there on the stats, 2 drops, but what can he do? I mean, they clearly came ready to play, especially on Metaworks. And Metaworks is kind of a map hit or miss with most people. They may play it, but mentally, I guess, they just, I don't know. And I guess it just mentally wasn't a day for the wall here. They hit a wall mentally, I guess you could say as well, if we're going to keep these puns rolling.
Well, yeah, it's been really, really good for the Chuds. Just a top damage Psy guy still, just pumping out that damage on the pocket soldier, just trying to lock things down for his team as much as possible. But was not enough. And then Raven, top in kills at least for this game, 22 and 12. So almost a solid 2.0 KD. But overall, really great play from the Chuds. Exciting to see them get an upset win in the official RGL season after doing it a couple times in the Horse Run Monthly. But, the season not over. We've still got a couple more games in the regular season and then playoffs as well. So, going to be very interesting to see how it all shakes out and who's going to be able to walk away as that second or first seed. Both of these teams have been having pretty close games against Freitech. So, it's not at all impossible to say that it could be these two teams in the grand finals. It's all to play for. And number one, I want to hear your shout outs.
Well, as always, you in the booth, Josh behind the scenes, everybody watching. Um, Shout out to these teams here. Upset. I mean, we all love upsets, right? It makes a good story. But yeah, I think that's about it for me.
Yeah, I will mirror your shout outs. Shout outs to a you number one. It is always great to cast with you
Likewise.
as a been very fun to be able to do it today. Shout outs to Jay, all of the work that he does behind the scenes and producing this match as well. Shout outs to the teams for playing and shout outs to y'all for watching and enjoying all the content we do at Fireside. And I believe that's going to be it for us tonight. This is the Chuds versus the Wall. Chuds winning it 4-1. Um, and yeah, have a good one.